Disclaimer 1. Do not harass anybody I bring up in this video. This video is for critique and entertainment purposes only, so please do not go and harass anybody I bring up in this video, whether you agree with them or don't. 2. Any of the footage that is featured in this video is for critical review and parody, which is under protection of fair use laws of the United States Copyright Act of 1976. What even is media criticism nowadays? Well, it's been a thing forever now, and it's grown ever since the popularity of the internet, and many people, whether it be good or bad, want to give you an opinion on a piece of media that they either love or despise. Everybody is entitled to an opinion, and that's why media discussion is so interesting when you talk about with other like-minded individuals, whether you like a certain game or dislike a certain movie. Everyone has opinions on something, and it's fun to talk about and get the ball rolling on just deeper discussion. Now, how you go about making these types of videos is completely up to you. You can be very creative in the projects that you work on, and there's many different people that bring something different to the media discussion and the review process. But deep within the internet lies bad faith criticisms and people that don't know how to review stuff properly and basically make them look super bad to the point that they become their own laughingstock in the community that they're trying so hard to be in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is modern day criticism.
Who do you think the character on the right is? Who do you think that ugly looking freak on the right is?
Person told me that my negative comments had upset, and I'm repeating this phrase verbatim, had upset the quote, Sonic community.
It often continues until it starts censoring things that you do care about. It's a very slippery slope.
Her and the other guy get locked up. But she's too cool for the rules and lockpicks her way out.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
The Last Wish is a by-the-numbers adventure fantasy that stole its aesthetic from Kingdom Hearts and its theme from Soul, but it had a red-eyed edgelord furry as the bad guy, so clearly it's the savior of animation forever from those evil chick flicks.
These types of people are just basically unplugged from society completely. They have zero idea what they're talking about when it comes down to critiquing movies, video games, music, whatever, what have you. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Why am I covering this right now? What made me want to cover this? Well, actually, it was my friend Arlie Noah. He's been on a rampage in the last 4 months critiquing all these bad faith anti-woke criticism people and actually giving them the proper criticisms that they deserve. I was actually on one of their live streams that they invited me to, going over some of the people that had beef with him. It was a really fun stream and it was very insightful, and we have fun just whipping into these types of people. But ever since we did that live stream, I've always had in the back of my head that I kind of wanted to do a project of talking about good reviewers and bad reviewers, and this is where this video falls in today. Because someone that we covered in that live stream is having a hilarious crash out online at the moment, and I feel like it's about time for me to sweep my street, if you will. But before I begin, I want to quickly touch on what exactly is a grifter. What does the word mean? Well, according to vocabulary.com, a grifter is a con artist, someone who swindles people out of their money through fraud. We can think of this like the snake oil salesman. Most of these people try to hide all their thoughts and beliefs behind a review, and then when something blows up, like a new Marvel movie, a new EA game, something along the lines of that, then these people will jump on it, and instead of hating it for the right reasons, like with gameplay, story, music, all that type of stuff, it actually goes into a really weird political direction, and they want just an excuse to be just the most horrible human beings. Enter Natalie Hunter, an anime YouTube channel that covers other people in their area, and she decided to go and cover Arlie Noah's video on anti-woke animation criticism and how that's not real criticism. And a few weeks after we did our live stream where we reviewed said video, she had a whole-on meltdown saying that we were just bullying her and not giving her a fair shake, which that is just not the case. None of us went into it with bad faith. Heck, I was the person that wanted to give you the most benefit of the doubt in that live stream. I'm just going to say this right now, like, I am currently in the process of helping a friend get back financially, and so I'm currently doing fundraisers. So what does people with fundraisers do? They promote it and all that. But like, as much as I do appreciate everyone donating to that, I don't make every other post just about that. And the person that I'm helping with doesn't want that either. She's definitely someone that's like, hey, I'm thankful you even doing it to begin with. So, like, at that moment in time, you should definitely try to engage it better than just making post after post talking about you need help financially. Now, hopefully you get back on your feet, because that's a scary sentiment to have. But also, you are a YouTube channel that has what's the subscriber count again? Like
more than me. She's at 45K.
Yeah, 45K. You should be at the very least not be in a financial situation unless if there's sussy business going on. Now, let me tell you something. Did that sound rude or condescending in any sort of way? I don't think so. I do generally hope you get better on your feet. But one of the biggest criticisms of your just account and presence online was the fact that you definitely sounded like you were just e-begging for money and you're not really giving full context of why you're doing this to begin with. And if lashing out on social media is how you take someone trying to critique your video in the best faith possible, then I'm sorry, that video and you as a creator are not really that good. We went through the almost hour-long video of you just basically just agreeing with a lot of the people that we are obviously having disagreements with in the most ridiculous way possible. And you even say yourself,
I wasn't really paying that much attention to it to begin with because I'm just not really that interested in Western animation.
Then why waste your time to begin with if you saw this video in your recommendation feed or something? And I know that they say it's because of WeZero and they're a giant WeZero fan, I get it, but at the same time, you don't really have any legs to stand on if the topics you talk about for most of this video is just about Matt Walsh and his bullcrap opinions, because let's be real here, he's not a good critic. Yes, he's not really a critic to begin with, but he still critiques media, and that's what people like me, Ollie, Noah, and Stanley have such a big problem with. But then let's talk about that. What is an actual reviewer then? Because if he's definitely not a reviewer, then who is a movie reviewer? Well, a good one is someone like Mr. Enter, who did a fantastic video on Toy Story 4. But because Natalie's the type of person that if you say something's a better reviewer than this instead of them doing the research, I'm going to provide proof that this guy knows how to review movies better than most of these other people reviewing movies. First and foremost, he talks about the movie and why he thinks it's a bad idea from the get-go. He talks about the plot, the characters, the world building, the overall story and messaging, everything about a movie that you should be talking about, he talks about in this video. And when he talks about the strong female protagonist that most of these people will just say it's woke garbage, he actually goes into detail on why this character doesn't work in Toy Story 4. You want another example? Plenty! Gaming Magic 13 made a video on Toy Story 4. Collection, he made 5 videos on Toy Story 4 and then made a whole collection of them that's 6 hours long. Basically, he went into every single detail of this film and how it doesn't work. He actually took the time to go through every single detail and minute of this film and actually show you why this film doesn't work. And just for the last spice of it, this is how he went about talking about character assassination in this video.
You are correct about one thing and one thing only. When Buzz arrives in Andy's room, he believes that he has crash landed on an uncharted planet. And so he makes a lot of decisions that don't quite make sense with the information that we have. For instance, he tries to repair his cardboard spaceship. He freaks out and thinks that he's gonna suffocate to death when Woody lifts his helmet. He thinks the crane game is an actual rocket ship, etc, etc. But the reason why you and I realize that those are silly events to occur is because we have the benefit of knowledge that he is really a toy. That his spaceship is made out of cardboard, that he's on Earth, and that this is a pizzeria with an arcade, and intelligence is not measured by how much knowledge someone has. That's why knowledge and intelligence are two different words in the dictionary. You can be an intelligent person but still lack information that is necessary for you to make proper decisions. In Sid's house, Buzz's first reaction upon being surrounded by cannibals is to dive for cover and immediately call for backup because he understands that he and Woody likely can't fend them off by himself. It is only after calling for backup and not getting a response that he resorts to needing to fight them off by himself and setting his laser from stun to kill. He knows that he is in serious danger and he believes that his laser is a fully functional weapon. He is using literally every resource available to him in this unfamiliar location to try to protect himself and Woody.
Do you see what we're talking about here? They actually went in and actually wanted to criticize the media that they are making. And these aren't just nobody YouTubers. These are some of the biggest animation YouTubers on the platform. But of course you only care about WeZero content, and apparently there's no actual reviews of WeZero out there, even though I feel like I can find someone with a brain cell that actually knows what they're talking about. So the moral of the story is, don't pull a Natalie. I could go more in depth of this video, but I already did it in a live stream VOD, which you guys should totally go one up, by the way, because it was a fun stream regardless. But to Natalie, if you ever see this video, we want you to grow as a person. We don't want to just make a video just laughing at you and just moving on. We may joke around because we are content creators. We like to have fun while we do stuff, and some of your takes were pretty wild. So just remember, not everyone's always out to get you, and we are not the bad guys here. Also, it is kind of interesting though that you did cut out an entire segment of the video where this guy is talking about AI art. So yeah, don't be a grifter, don't try to do anything crazy. If you want to talk about content, actually talk about the content and don't talk about this random nonsense that all these other content creators have. Goodbye!